everyone, I hope you're keeping safe and well. I hope you're also enjoying Tuesday morning so far. This morning I come to you with two new activities which are aimed at Year 2 children, and they are going to focus on teaching how to compare numbers. So we will be focusing on 2-digit numbers this morning. However, these activities can be extended. You could use them with Year 1 children by reducing the size of the numbers, or you could extend the activities and use them with Year 3 or Year 4 children instead by maybe using 3-digit numbers instead. I hope you find the activities helpful. Activity 1 is going to use 4 containers, just like I have here. And this activity is ideally to be played in pairs. So the idea is I have placed 9 pegs of the same colour in each container. So in this container I have 9 green pegs. I'll just lift it so you can maybe see inside. I have 9 pink pegs in this tub, blue pegs and yellow pegs in here. One person will use these 2 containers and another person will use these 2 containers. Now it's really important that for this activity we do not start with more than 9 objects in any of the tubs because of place value. So let's get started. The first player will dip their hands into the first container. If you have containers that are not see-through, that would work brilliantly for this. They can have a little fumble around and then they pick some pegs out. They do the same with the ones container. Maybe try and grab some more this time. And then the idea being that these pegs represent the tens of the number and these pegs represent the ones. So then you would ask them to show you what number is being represented. So in this case we have a 3 in the tens and a 4 in the ones and the number 34. Then player 2 would come in and do exactly the same thing, nice and quickly. And this time they have picked out 2 tens and 3 ones, making the number 23. So now this is where the comparison comes in. We have some flashcards that have been turned over here, and player 1 and player 2 will take it in turns and they will flip over a flashcard. And the winner is the person that manages to turn over a comparison symbol that would fit and points this out. For example, 34 is less than 23, so that doesn't work. So then the next player has a go. 34 is equal to 23. That also doesn't work. 34 is more than 23. This could work. Let's carry on and see another example. So here we have 34 is less than 23, or 23 is more than 34. This isn't correct. And then hopefully we will arrive at an answer that does work. 34 is greater than 23, so that would be correct and that player would win. And then they could have another go and keep playing. In this game, they would be using their comparative language a lot, so I think it would be very beneficial to help them become very familiar with the comparative language, but also whilst using fun objects that they might find around the house. You don't only have to use pegs, you could use any objects for this activity. For example, bouncy balls or buttons, anything that's easy to grab. Maybe not sequins or anything like that, because that could get a bit complicated. On to our next activity. We are now going to use beads instead. Now in here, put this off, I have 30 coloured beads. And we're going to use some more comparative symbols and words for this second activity. The idea being that there is an assortment of coloured beads in this lid. So you would ask a child, because this game can be played by themselves, to choose 4 different colours of beads, and they would have to pick out all of those beads that are of that colour. Again, make sure when you are filling the lid or the container that you do not have more than 9 of the same coloured bead. For this activity, I'm going to use light pink and dark pink separately. So here we can see we've picked out orange, light pink. I'm going to go for yellow too. And last but not least, I think I'll go for light blue. So we are picking out 4 colours because we are going to make two-digit numbers. Now, it's totally up to the child who's playing as to which colours can go together. That's totally up to them. So just because they are closer to each other, I'm going to take the orange and the light pink ones today, and I'm going to say that my orange ones represent the 10s. So I have 3. And my light pink beads represent the 1s in this case. I have 5, so I have the number 35 here. Likewise, on the other side, I would do the same. This time I'm going to use the light blue beads as my 10s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And my 1s, I have 5, which make the number 75. Now, as you can see on my piece of paper, I have just a few different comparison words and symbols at random. You could use whichever ones you like. You could use a variety of symbols and words like I have, or you could stick to one if you'd like your child to focus on that one. So then, using my 35 and my 75, I need to see where I can place these beads to make these statements correct. So straight away, I know that I can't place them either side of the equals symbol because these two amounts are not equal. Could I place 35 here and 75 here? Then you could have the conversation with your child that this could work because 75 is in fact greater than 35 and 35 is less than 75. So you would have a go at filling these statements with amounts. Just going to move these over ever so quickly. And one way just before I finish that we could extend this activity is by encouraging children to write these amounts in different ways. So instead of just 35 and 75, why not ask them to really think about the place value components of the numbers? So rather than 35, they could describe this number as having 3 10s and 5 1s. They could describe 75 instead by saying 70 plus 5. So we could explore different ways of representing these numbers, and it's a very visual and practical way of showing their understanding of comparing numbers to 100. So I think they would enjoy this. And there we had our 2 activities for this morning. I hope you found them useful. A quick reminder, you can find the flashcards of the inequality/comparative language over on Classroom Secrets Home Learning Timetable, which you might find useful, and there's a quick guide of how to use this activity that I've just gone through. I hope you find it useful. Do please leave a comment to let us know if you intend to use it throughout the week, and if you do use them, do let us know of how your experience went. Thank you. Thanks for watching.